The government just greenlit a financial lifeline that could put an extra $500 directly into your bank account. And if you've been feeling the squeeze of rising costs on your fixed income, this news matters more than you might think. Right now, millions of Americans who've worked their entire lives are discovering they qualify for assistance programs they never knew existed. The reality is that Social Security alone isn't cutting it anymore when a single trip to the grocery store costs twice what it did 3 years ago, and prescription medications keep climbing higher every month. What's changed is that federal and state agencies have expanded eligibility requirements for supplemental relief programs specifically designed for those who've already contributed decades to this country. Veterans who served and seniors who built America are finally getting recognition through tangible financial support. But here's the catch. These payments aren't automatic. You have to know they exist, understand if you qualify, and take specific steps to claim what's rightfully yours. The difference between struggling and stability might just be 5 minutes of the right information, and that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Let me be completely transparent with you because the last thing anyone needs is another video promising money that doesn't actually exist. The truth about this $500 relief payment is more nuanced than most headlines suggest, but understanding the real story is actually more valuable than chasing a single check. What's actually happening right now across the United States is a convergence of several programs, both federal and state-level initiatives, that are providing financial relief specifically targeted at seniors and veterans who are struggling with the cost of living crisis that's hitting fixed-income households harder than almost any other demographic in America. The federal government has been under tremendous pressure to address the gap between Social Security benefits and actual living costs. And while there hasn't been a single blanket $500 payment approved for every senior and veteran across the board, what has happened is arguably more significant for those who qualify. Multiple states have rolled out their own relief programs using a combination of federal funding and state budgets, and these programs are specifically designed to help people who are already enrolled in Social Security disability insurance, or veterans benefits, but still finding themselves unable to make ends meet. California, for instance, has implemented the Golden State Stimulus Program that provided payments to eligible residents, including seniors, on SSI. Colorado launched the Colorado Cashback Program. New Mexico provided rebates to residents, including those on fixed incomes. The pattern we're seeing is that states are recognizing that federal benefits alone aren't sufficient, and they're stepping in with supplemental payments that range anywhere from $300 to over $1,000 depending on where you live and your specific circumstances. Now here's where this gets really important, and where a lot of people miss out on money they actually qualify for. The Social Security Administration has also expanded access to what's called Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, which is different from your regular Social Security retirement benefits. SSI is specifically designed for people who have limited income and resources, and if you're receiving Social Security but still struggling financially, you might actually qualify for SSI on top of your existing benefits. The maximum federal SSI payment in 2025 is $967 per month for an individual, and many states add their own supplement on top of that federal amount. That means if you're eligible, you could be receiving an additional $11,604 per year, which breaks down to nearly $1,000 extra every single month. The tragedy is that millions of Americans who qualify for SSI never apply because they don't realize it exists, or they assume they won't qualify because they're already receiving Social Security retirement benefits. Let's talk about veterans specifically, because there's an entirely separate system of benefits that many veterans either don't know about or haven't pursued because the application process seemed too complicated. The Department of Veterans Affairs offers a program called Aid and Attendance, and this is separate from your standard VA disability compensation. Aid and Attendance provides additional monthly payments to veterans who need help with daily activities or who are housebound. We're talking about an extra $2,295 per month for a veteran with a spouse, or $1,936 per month for a single veteran as of 2025. That's not a one-time $500 payment. That's nearly $2,000 every single month for the rest of your life if you qualify. The eligibility requirements include having served at least 90 days of active duty with at least 1 day during a wartime period, and you need to demonstrate that you require assistance with daily living activities like bathing, dressing, or eating, or that you're confined to your home due to disability. Surviving spouses of veterans can also qualify for this benefit, which is something that widows and widowers often have no idea exists. The reason I'm spending time on these ongoing programs rather than just focusing on one-time payments is because the real financial relief for seniors and veterans isn't going to come from a single check. It's going to come from understanding the full ecosystem of benefits that exist and making sure you're accessing everything you're entitled to. Think about it this way. If someone offered you $500 one time or $200 every single month for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Obviously, the ongoing monthly payment is worth far more, but that's exactly what people are missing out on when they focus only on stimulus checks and one-time relief payments while ignoring the permanent benefit programs they could be enrolled in. Medicare is another area where seniors are leaving substantial money on the table. The Medicare savings programs, which include the Qualified Medicare Beneficiary Program, the Specified Low-Income Medicare Beneficiary Program, and the Qualifying Individual Program, can cover your Medicare premiums, deductibles, and co-payments if your income falls below certain thresholds. For someone on a fixed income, having your Medicare Part B premium covered saves you $185 per month in 2025, which is $2,220 per year. That's real money that stays in your pocket instead of going to insurance premiums. The income limits are higher than most people think. In most states, you can qualify with income up to 135% to 160% of the federal poverty level, which means a single person earning up to about $2,100 per month or a couple earning up to about $2,850 per month might qualify depending on the specific program. The Low-Income Subsidy Program, also called Extra Help, covers the costs associated with Medicare prescription drug coverage. If you qualify, your drug costs could drop to just a few dollars per prescription, or sometimes even nothing at all, and you won't have a coverage gap or donut hole. Given that the average senior takes 4 to 5 prescription medications regularly, and some of these medications cost hundreds of dollars per month without coverage, Extra Help can literally save you thousands of dollars every year. The application process is straightforward. You can apply online through the Social Security website, by phone, or in person at your local Social Security office, and the decision usually comes back within a few weeks. Food assistance is another critical area that seniors overlook. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which most people know as SNAP or food stamps, has special provisions for elderly households. In many states, seniors face simplified application procedures and can even apply by phone or mail rather than having to go into an office. The average SNAP benefit is around $200 per month, though it varies based on income and household size. For someone on a tight budget, that $200 in grocery assistance every month makes an enormous difference in quality of life. It's the difference between choosing between medications and food or being able to afford both. There's no shame in accepting help with food costs. When you've paid taxes your entire working life, these programs exist specifically because society recognizes that people who've contributed deserve support when they need it. Energy assistance programs are particularly important as utility costs continue to climb. The Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, known as LIHEAP, helps with heating and cooling costs, and in some cases can even help with weatherization improvements to make your home more energy efficient. Depending on your state and circumstances, LIHEAP benefits can range from $300 to over $1,000 per year. Some states also offer additional energy assistance programs beyond the federal LIHEAP funding. When you're on a fixed income and your electric bill jumps by $100 during summer or winter months, that assistance can mean the difference between keeping your home at a safe temperature or suffering through dangerous heat or cold. Property tax relief is available in almost every state for seniors, but the programs vary wildly from one place to another. Some states offer property tax freezes that lock in your tax rate at a certain level once you reach a specific age. Others provide credits or rebates that can reduce your property tax bill by hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year. Some states even have programs that allow seniors to defer property taxes entirely, essentially taking out a loan against the property that doesn't have to be repaid until the home is sold. If you own your home and you're struggling with property tax payments, it's absolutely worth contacting your county tax assessor's office to ask what programs might be available to you. The key insight that ties all of this together is that relief for seniors and veterans isn't coming in the form of one magical $500 check that solves everything. Instead, it's coming through a combination of federal programs, state programs, and local initiatives that, when stacked together, can add up to thousands of dollars per year in reduced expenses and increased income. The challenge is that each program has its own application process, its own eligibility requirements, and its own agency that administers it. Nobody is going to automatically enroll you in all these programs just because you turned 65 or because you're a veteran. You have to know they exist, you have to understand whether you qualify, and you have to take action to apply. This is exactly why so many seniors and veterans miss out on benefits they've earned and desperately need. The system is fragmented and complex, and it often feels like you need a PhD just to figure out what you might be eligible for. But here's the thing. Every single program I've mentioned is designed specifically for people in your situation. The eligibility workers at Social Security offices, VA benefits counselors, state aging services departments, they all exist specifically to help you navigate these programs. You're not bothering anyone by asking questions or requesting help with applications. That's literally their job, and most of them genuinely want to help you access every benefit you're entitled to. If you're sitting there thinking this all sounds too complicated or too good to be true, I understand that skepticism completely. But I'm asking you to push past that feeling because the only thing standing between you and potentially thousands of dollars in assistance is taking that first step. Start with one program. If you're a veteran, call the VA benefits hotline. If you're on Social Security and struggling financially, call Social Security and ask about SSI. If you're having trouble affording groceries, look up your state's SNAP office and ask about applying. Each conversation, each application, each benefit you unlock makes your financial situation more stable and gives you more breathing room in your budget.